welcome. I'm glad that you're joining me today for this yoga practice. We are going to take a little time to warm up the body, flow a little bit, linking breath with movement, and then I'll invite you to get into some shapes and hold for just a little bit longer. And maybe that can be an opportunity to explore alignment, the theme of alignment, as well as the physical alignment in your body. Where are our limbs, our joints, our tissues in relation to one another? But on a non-physical level, perhaps the theme of alignment with something that is deeper, your awareness or your purpose. And let's just see what appeals to you today. Get your mat, get some space, and let's get started. So finding your spot, maybe some props nearby, a little towel, a pillow for some padding, maybe a block if you need it. If you don't have this, don't worry. And then coming to our hands and knees, let's touch the big toes together, the knees a little bit wide, and sit back onto the heels. If you don't quite reach, don't worry. You may even put a little pillow or blanket, towel back there to help the hips to rest on, and reach the arms out long in front. Just feel the sensations here. Maybe a stretch out of the arms or compression through the knees. Feel how the spine lines up. A few breaths like this. And then an option to try a little bit of a different version. Returning to your hands and knees. Bring the knees together, close. And sink the hips back. Obviously use pillow, towel if needed. Let the body drape down and arms come behind you. The head rests on the ground or the mat. And take a few breaths to experience this shape, how it feels in the knees and the ankles, the back, maybe the shoulders just release. If you prefer the other version better, then return to that. If you like this version, stay here. And we begin to tune in to the rhythm of your breath. Natural rise and fall. Let your attention fall away from your thinking, your busy mind. We start to work with the sensation of breath, with your awareness. Your next inhale, filling up through the belly, up the ribs, the spine, filling up the back to the top of the chest, and then exhaling, slowly emptying from the top down to the bottom. And beginning again, filling from the bottom of the lungs, through the belly, to the top of the chest. Collarbones maybe expand. And as you exhale, just let it go from the top to the bottom. Feel the belly pull in at the bottom. If the hands are behind, begin to reach out in front as you inhale. And we'll slowly roll the body forward. The hips come low. And press into the hands your way. You could keep a little bend here if you need. Maybe roll the neck a little bit. And as we exhale, again to our tabletop shape, hands and knees, hands under the shoulders. Inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky, and as we exhale, thread the right arm under the body, behind the left wrist, and come to rest on the shoulder, on the ear. You can always take that left hand around behind you if you want to deepen up that stretch, or just keep it grounded to support. And once again, feel the breath. Slowly breathing. Pushing through the left hand, we inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky, and exhale, right hand touches down. Let's do the left. Inhaling to reach. Exhale, thread underneath, come to rest onto the shoulder, onto the ear. Taking a few breaths here to open up through the neck and the shoulder. And with your inhale, pressing into the right hand, left arm reaching up, and exhale, left hand down. With your next inhale, lift up through the heart, little arch through the spine. And as you exhale, sinking the hips down and back, arms can reach out in front or down the sides. Reset in this wisdom pose. Always connecting with our breath. Once again, inhale, we're going to repeat that little grounded flow, rolling forward, lifting up to cobra or maybe upward facing dog. And as you exhale, our tabletop, nice and grounded. Right arm, we inhale it up to the sky. Exhale, thread underneath the body. Now you can stay here for longer, you can stay shorter. You may even try to extend that left leg out, get a kind of a deeper twist into that shoulder region. But when you're ready, an inhale lifts the right arm back up to the sky, and exhale, taking the hand down, being nice and slow, mindful. Inhale, left arm reach. Exhale, thread under, finding your version. You want to stay for one breath, for a few breaths. You want to find a way to deepen into the shape. The only thing to do is awareness. So the breath helps us. With the inhale, we reach. That helps to keep you in the moment. Exhale, the hand comes down. Inhale, lift up through the heart, and exhale, sinking down and back. Wisdom pose again. And finding our breath. The next inhale, once again, we roll the body forward, pressing into the hands, lifting up through the heart. And this time, as we exhale, we'll begin to tuck our toes, send the hips up high. Pressing through the hands, sending the head between the arms to lengthen out through the spine. Feel that alignment from the palms of the hands, the fingers all the way up to the tailbone. And don't worry if the heels don't quite reach down. With our next inhale, begin to crawl the feet forward, a few steps, one big hop. Inhale to lift up through the spine, eyes forward, and exhale, fold deep, look to your belly. Feel free to bend those knees if needed. As we inhale, we reach all the way up to the sky. And as we exhale, grab a left wrist, lean it over to the right. Inhale, center, switching wrists. Exhale, lean it to the left. Feel the side of the body. Inhale, reach, maybe eyes turn upwards, and exhale, fold in deep. With our inhale, once again, halfway lift, lengthen, maybe bring the hands to the shins to bring the spine long, align it up. And as you exhale, step back, find that plank, long back. As we inhale, roll to the right, exhale, center, inhale, roll to the left, exhale, center, and lower down. You can always do that on your knees. Inhale, the heart lifts, and exhale, the hips lift up high, our downward facing dog. Find your breath. And pedal through the feet a little bit. Feel how the spine lines up. As you line your awareness up with the breath, line up the body. Inhale, tippy toes, and exhale, we travel to the top of the mat again. I'm taking it super slow today. You do it your way. Inhale, we lift up, lengthen the spine, and exhale, we fold, look to the belly. Press into the feet. We reach, rise all the way to the sky. And exhale, grab the wrist and lean. Inhale to the center. Exhale, grab the wrist, lean to the other side. Inhale, we reach up. Maybe eyes turn upwards. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen, line all those little spine bones up. And as you exhale, hands plant. Find a nice, strong plank. Inhale, we roll to the right. Exhale, center. Inhale, roll to the left. Exhale, center, and lower down in your chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips to the sky. So maybe you can start to feel that flow through. You start to follow your breath. Your own breath. So you're obviously helping the body to line up. As you find these shapes, lengthening the spine. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale to rise. We have our lean side to side with our exhale. Not only lining up the body, but starting to let the mind, the awareness, line up with our breath. Bringing it all together. So it's all flowing in one direction towards right now, this moment. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands plant, finding that plank. And as we inhale, find a little roll side to side. And exhale, lowering down. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips lift. In fact, finding the right shape is useful, but not as important as lining up with your awareness right now. So see if you can find a round or two here on your own with your own breath. Inhales lengthening, exhales folding. Inhales reaching, exhales leaning. Perhaps there's room in you for one more round, or maybe finishing up the round that you're on. Wherever you are, even if you're resting, being very focused and mindful, moment by moment, breath by breath. Final time with the plank and the roll, strong through the center, pressing through the heels to keep everything lined up, the legs and the spine. You find yourself in your down dog and connect with your breath once more. We feel where things do feel a little bit more connected, lined up. Once again, we inhale, tippy toes, and exhale, start to walk to the top of the mat. We can take our deep fold. But this time with our inhale, we'll start to bend the knees, sinking the hips down a bit and reaching the arms up to the sky. Now here, feel the connection through the heels and the toes. So the arms reach up. See if we can line those hands up. As we exhale, tuck yourself in like a little rolled up ball. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. One more time. Inhale, reach. Feel the spine lengthen. Exhale, roll it up into a little ball. As we inhale, reach into our chair, and then exhale, let the legs go forward fold. Let it all go. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and exhale, plant the hands, the feet, travel back. You can take the push up, the chaturanga on your knees if you wish. Inhale, the heart lifts, our up dog, and exhale, our downward facing dog. Let's find our right leg. Inhale it up to the sky, reach it up high, and exhale, draw the knee in close so we can step the right foot through. The left heel pivots down. Feel that straight, long line from the heel. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. Let's find warrior one. The eyes could look up. They could look forward. Explore here this first time a little bit. Feel those bones line up through the strong back leg. With our exhale, hands can come to your heart or they could come to the ground. We're going to sink into the left leg towards the back of the mat. Side lunge, hips could be higher or deep down, take it down low to your skandasana. Now as we inhale, turning back towards the top of the mat, feel the strength through the right foot as we lift up through the left knee. Maybe we hold the knee with the opposite hand, left hand reaches behind, or we can grab the left foot with the right hand, kick it out into our dancing Shiva. Exhale, step that left leg back and twist the heart open to the right. Open twist. So feel the difference here. And let's just repeat that good stuff. Inhale, the left leg comes up. Maybe hold it with the opposite arm. Maybe the leg kicks out straight. And as we exhale, feet step back, hands to the earth. Take your chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts, up dog. Tuck the toes, exhaling to our downward facing dog. I know there's a lot of balance here, but we're gonna make it through. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. And exhale, tuck it close, step it through. Right heel pivots down. Line that back leg up. Strong. Inhale to reach our warrior one. Feel out this side a little bit. How deep can I lunge? The back blade of the foot. Exhale, the hands can come to heart or to the earth. As we sink into that right leg, back of the mat, our skandasana. Now take this your way. Not everyone's ankles or hips are going to do the same thing. And now we have to use the strong left leg to rise up. Take the right knee up, grab it with the left hand, maybe grab the foot as we twist back behind. Finding that stacked up leg. Stepping the right leg behind, open the heart to the left as we exhale our open twist and just repeat. Inhale, maybe you're dancing Shiva. Stack up through those legs and exhale, stepping back, hands touch down, reset with your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Heart lifting, tuck the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll flow like this, friends. So when we're ready, inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. You can inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. This might be a place to rest before we inhale to our chair. Now I'm going to tuck 3 times as I exhale. Tuck. But if you just want to do 1 or 2, that's fine. If you want to do 5, I'm not going to stop you. But inhales, reach, and exhales, tuck us in. Feel how the spine lengthens and then it curls up. We inhale to one last chair pose before we exhale, fold. Inhale, spine lengthens, eyes forward. Exhale, hands plant, feet travel back. taking your chaturanga. You know you can always leave that part out. You can always go straight to your down dog. Once we get to down dog, it's right and left leg. So here we go. Inhaling, right leg reach up to the sky. Feel that length from the hand all the way to the foot. Exhale, stepping through, left heel pivots down. Inhale to warrior one. Exhale, Skandasana towards the back of the mat. And here we go. We balance as we inhale, stack the right leg as we push out through the left knee or left leg. Exhale, step back, a lunge with an open twist, heart to the right. And inhale back into our dancing Shiva or your version. Exhale, stepping back, hands touch down, lowering down chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips lift. Can always leave that part out. Come straight to your down dog. Let's do the left leg. Connecting with your breath. Left leg inhales up high. Exhale, bring the knee close, step through. Right heel pivots down. Get that alignment. Inhale, reach. And exhale, sink into the right leg. Skandasana. Balance with a twist in the middle. So here we go. Inhale, our balance with a twist, dancing Shiva. Exhale, step back to a lunge, open the heart to the left. And one more balance. Inhale, rise up. With a twist, exhale, feet step back, hands touch down, reset, finding your way with your breath back to your down dog. The shapes are useful for lining up the body, but no more valuable thing to line up, to align than our awareness. So see if we can start to inhale tippy toes and exhale, start to make your way to the top of the mat. We're heading to that chair and those crunches. And it does not matter how fast or slow you go, or even if you rest. What matters is how connected am I, how aligned am I with what I'm doing right now, with the breath, with the movement, maybe with noticing how the shapes feel in my body, with when I need to rest, when I need to be active, and even maybe typical patterns I get into. Do I need to try harder? Do I need to try less hard? From the chair pose, finding a way back to down dog, maybe that chaturanga is there in the middle. If so, do so with your breath. And then right and left leg. You can do your own pace or follow me. Inhale, right leg reach. Exhale to step. Inhale, our warrior one. Exhale, Skandasana to the back of the mat. And we have balance, twist, balance. Inhale to balance. Exhale, step back and twist the heart to the right. Inhale, one more balance. Exhale, stepping back, hands touch down, reset. Once you find yourself in down dog, see if you can do the same with the left leg, just connecting with your breath. Connecting with the feeling, less worried about what does it look like, is it right, is it wrong, but what can I feel here? Space in you for one more complete round. You know that rest is always an option, or hanging out in one shape is always an option, but let's see if maybe this round my voice will drop away and you just follow your breath. If you get lost, just find the next breath. Are you on an inhale or an exhale? Stay breathing, working your way through your round. Staying with the moment. Maybe becoming less distracted and scattered. More here. Find your way to your downward facing dog. Maybe this time we want to take a little rest. You can inhale, drop the knees down, and maybe take that wisdom pose again. Knees close together, knees wide, whatever you prefer. But doing this not just to recover, take a break, but to really recenter yourself, to realign yourself. First with the breath, always the breath. Aligning your attention, your awareness with that slow 3-part breath. And then using that as a gateway, as an anchor back to the present moment. Right here, right now. Maybe towards something more, an intention, a purpose, something important to you. Slowly beginning to rise up. Finding that tabletop, maybe a little ease through the neck here. Maybe you roll through cow and cat. Maybe just rocking the hips, or rounding and arching through the spine. Do so with your breath. Always connecting. We're going to move into some shapes that I'll invite you to hold a little bit longer. So when you feel ready, returning to your downward facing dog and finding a good inhale, full exhale. We'll inhale the right leg, reach up to the sky once more. Exhale. Taking the foot through, back heel pivots down. We've been here before, but this time, right arm reach forward, left arm reach behind us. So really exploring how we can get those arms lined up. Use your strong shoulders. Don't let the back arm dip if possible. Squeeze the shoulders
And maybe even a deeper lunge, really feeling how that back leg, the bones of the back leg, push and line up. As we exhale, let's take our hands to our heart and twist the body towards the top of the mat, and this time reach up to the sky. So the back heel pivots off now, so explore the difference here between having the leg totally grounded and lined up, and here just resting on the toes. Just acknowledge the difference. Feel what happens in your body. As we exhale, bring our hands to our heart. Start to tip the body forward over the right leg as the right leg straightens out and all the bones line up. See if we can have an active left leg that pushes out behind us and floats off into the air in our warrior 3. Actively pushing through that back heel. And with our exhale, let's land those feet nice and wide, the toes towards the side of your mat. Inhale to reach the arms up, and exhale, take a deep fold. We'll hold here for 5 or so breaths. And explore how deep you can get towards the earth. I invite you to push your hands into the ground, and the deeper you push your hands in, the more it will encourage your head to come down towards the earth. More weight into your big toes, active through those kneecaps, line everything up. As we inhale, begin to push the ground away and turn back towards the top of our mat. Once again, that little lunge with the back heel off. But this time we're going to inhale the left arm, reach up to the sky, and the right hand around the back. So like a little corkscrew lunge. So we were in a great big long line, all the bones lined up, and now feel how active your joints are, the stretch, the activity as we twist it all up. Now here is some options just to play. As you inhale, unwind, and exhale, start to place that left hand down onto the earth. Now maybe you can inhale, take the left leg, float it away, and this time the right arm as well. A revolved half moon where you're kind of balancing with a twist and the ground is there to help you. Option to stay right there, or you can exhale, tuck the left knee behind the right, and I'm going to turn to the side so I can show you left knee behind the right and maybe stay there, or see if you can grab the left foot with the right hand and sink lower, deeper into a squat, support in the hand. As you kick the left leg out into the hand, you'll land in your baby grasshopper. Inhale, release the leg up to the sky, and then exhale, return to your down dog. If you like to have that reset of the chaturanga, it can feel really good on the spine. It's just like getting little spinal bones to move around and reset. You can take it. If it's not for you, that's good too. Let's hold these shapes on the left leg. So finding your breath, inhaling the left leg up to the sky, and exhale, taking it through, the back heel pivots down. Inhale, our warrior 2, arms open. Yes, all that same alignment, strong. Maybe consider how these shapes teach us. We want to make a certain shape, we want to find a certain flexibility or strength, we have to line everything up. As we exhale, turn the chest towards the top of the mat, hands come together, and then inhale, reach up. Let's find that crescent. The back heel pivots off so we feel different through the legs. Just experience the different sensation. When things are lined up, then they go where we want them to go. If something's not lined up, it's not going in that direction. As we exhale, start to tip forward, and eventually you can inhale, maybe the right leg flies. Be active through that back foot. Using the torso as like a counterweight. As you exhale, let those feet land wide side of your mat. You stay where you are. I'm just going to turn towards you, my back turned to you. Inhale, reach, and exhale, fold. You can do the same version of the fold that you did before, but if you like to try something different, maybe an option is peace fingers, pointer finger, middle finger, wrap around the big toes. and use the pressure of the toes into the hands to help to drive the head down, to take the upper body down, bending through the elbows nice and strong. When you're ready, inhale, we rise up. I'll just get on the same leg as you. We're in that lunge with the back heel lifted, and the right arm reaches over the head, the left hand around the back. Our little corkscrew twist. From being in a line, now everything twisted up. And here comes our options for balance for our final shape. That right hand lands down. Maybe that right leg leaves the ground and the left hand as well. So balance with a twist, our revolved half moon. It is great to stay here or just work on this, or maybe take that curtsy. Again, I'll show you from the side. I say take that right hand out a little bit wider to give you a bit of a base to balance on. See if you can grab the right foot, and as you kick out into the hand, squat lower. It just sort of ties your body up into a little baby grasshopper. You can inhale, release, maybe take that leg up, and exhale, find your way to reset with your breath. Maybe the knees come down and we just breathe. For myself, for so many people that I've practiced with or that I know, as we feel our way through these shapes, we come to these deep realizations. Oh, my body lines up this way and not that way. And maybe we can reflect. We know why, how we got there. Sometimes not. We just observe. But I'm always extra interested in the internal part, what we notice internally. What is lining up? What is not? As we begin to rise up, we're going to find this little challenging shape here, and you're going to give yourself lots and lots of options. So you have maybe a little towel or blanket. If this is very intense on your knees, you can pop that under the thighs, maybe releases a little bit of the compression there. You can also use a block or maybe a rolled up pillow or something to sit on. That can release a little bit. Everybody's going to be a little different in what they can tolerate. So don't judge yourself, but we're looking for something that does feel a bit challenging. And we're sitting on those heels and maybe feeling that compression through the ankle, through the top of the foot and the feet. Maybe through the knees. There might be a stretch through the front of the thighs. And I invite you, like me here, to turn your palms up, just that sort of surrender here. And see if we can, despite the feeling in the body, slow the breath. That 3-part slow breath, filling from the belly to the top of the chest and exhaling slowly from the top to the bottom. Now let's begin to release this a little bit, and this option to take it to another level where we tuck the toes in and use your hands to really spread those toes out so we can see if every toe can dig into the earth. Now you may be feeling a lot here, in which case keep your hands on the ground just like this, or you may be able to walk your hands back onto your thighs. And wow, we are feeling an intense sensation through the toes and the feet. I'm going to put my hands together on my heart just to keep me aligned with my intention. So wherever we want to go in our yoga, in our life, your purpose, everything has to line up. The thoughts, our feelings, our behavior. So if I say, I want to do this and want to do that, but then my behavior doesn't line up, it's not going to happen. So here, maybe just working with those challenges, especially when we feel the intense desire to get away, to get out. How can I remain aware in the moment, aligned even in difficulty, perhaps even in extreme discomfort? Slowing the breath. And then slowly let the hands come down. Let's release those toes. Oh, kick them out. I know, challenging. And take a little moment here to say hi to your dog if they're around. If they're not, why not? What's going on? And then let's find a way to come to seated. And let's think about our props here. Even if you are someone who has no problem in your forward fold, I'm going to encourage you to maybe just explore a little something different today. So the reason why sometimes it feels good to put the pillow under the hips, or even if not a pillow, if you need something thinner, it could be as thin as a little towel even, just to put under the hips, is that it helps the spine to be more aligned, more straight up and down. It can kind of take the curve out of that spine. So your tailbone there and your hip bones are going to be nice and straight. So however much you need, it could be 5 or 6 pillows, whatever you need to try to get that spine line up. We don't want it leaning back, but straight up. And then see if the toes, we can be active through the toes. Imagine the toes pulling towards the body, the heels pushing away from you. And let's just take a few moments here with hands resting on the ground, maybe just to support. And then option here to take your hands, find those bones of your hips, your hip bones, and place the thumbs behind, the fingers in front, and just take a little subtle movement. Imagine tipping forward, using the thumbs to help just gently tip those hips forward just a little bit. And as the hips tip forward, the spine lengthens, and let's use our breath, maybe staying just right here for a little bit, not taking it to your full expression, but just exploring how can I subtly tip these hip bones forward even more with my thumbs, the toes pointing up even more, the kneecaps maybe engaged, pulling in the bones of those legs totally straight. And then be very subtle and slow when you feel like you have a bit of space. Maybe inhale, lengthen through the spine, and as you exhale, use the hands to tip those hip bones forward even more. Just little by little, doing what you can to relax the shoulders down. And then finally, when you've come a little ways forward, maybe you release those hands. And there might be just a gentle assistance from your hands, but not an intense pulling. As you keep working with your breath to just millimeter by millimeter, melting super slow. In many ways, coming to these more still shapes is a way to kind of check on where we're lining up. Are we really, is everything lined up in our life, internally, externally, with that purpose, that meaning? It's kind of like a little tune-up of your compass here in this stillness. If we have a compass and it is just 1/10 of a degree off, we're going to end up in a completely different place than where we were planning to go. And so this is a way of kind of resetting, recalibrating, as you just check in with, what am I feeling now? Being very still and just observing. Maybe feeling your heartbeat and reminding yourself of some deeper intentions, more than just what you do or how you work or all these labels, but something deeper. And maybe this is a different experience than just thinking. Not just thinking or judging ourselves, but truly observing how we are, who we are. Take your time to be super slow as you rise up. Maybe just a few moments there, sitting on those hip bones and just feeling. We're going to eventually move any props away and find a way to come and lay down. Release your back down onto the mat. It might feel good to give those knees a hug, massage your low back, your spine. And then we'll plant the feet on the ground and take a little bit of a reset pose from that fold. Use an inhale to press into the heels and lift the hips off of the earth. And let's really squeeze them up for about 5 breaths here. Your own pace, just breathing nice and mindfully. Once you've had 5, you can take the hips down. And in your own time, when you feel ready, we're going to just repeat that. Inhaling to lift, to squeeze and hold. We're folded up through these hips. We're now going to open. And once again, when you've had 5 breaths, just let the hips sink down. And we'll just take one more time. In your own pace, in your own time, squeezing up. Once you've had those 5 breaths and you release, take just a moment of stillness. If you'd like to take a little twist through the spine, we can hug the knees in and let them roll over to the right. Stretch your left arm out, see if the shoulders can stay on the mat. So turn your chin to the left. If you're taking your twist on the right, let's take it on the left side, letting those knees roll to the left. The right arm stretches out. your own time, bringing those knees to center. And then we'll start to stretch the legs out long on the mat. Just release all the tension from the ankles and the hips. Let yourself melt into the earth for your final shape, your Shavasana. As we breathe here in our Shavasana, or corpse pose, and we start to wake up a little bit, maybe taking a big stretch or hugging the knees in, moving out of a corpse pose, reminding you that, hey, you can start again right now. Maybe rolling onto your side to rest. However we've become unaligned, disconnected, you now have a chance to start again. Slowly guiding yourself to a seated shape, taking your time, being super careful with your body, not rushing in any way. And take a few moments to just check. What have I felt? Where am I? Maybe realign. May you find your way through all difficulties to your purpose. May your path be clear. The light in me honors and bows to the light in you. Thank you, friends, for joining me. See you next time.